Good morning, children. Today I am going to teach you class 4 English. Children, when you were very small, you loved to listen to your grandmother telling stories. As you grew older, you loved to see cartoons, especially in televisions and in books. Then after that, you loved to read storybooks. So, today I am going to tell you a story Alice in Wonderland. One day, Alice was lying under a tree listening to her sister reading a story. One day, Alice was lying under a tree and her sister was reading out a story to her and she was listening to it. Suddenly, she saw a white rabbit scamper by. He had pink eyes and was wearing a blue coat. He took out a big watch from his waistcoat pocket and as he hurried away, he said, "Oh dear, I will be too late." Suddenly, she saw a white colored rabbit scamper by. Scamper, scamper means to run fast. And it had pink eyes and it was wearing a blue colored coat. Then he took out a big watch from his waistcoat pocket and as he hurried away, Hurried, hurried means rushed away. He said, "Oh dear, I will be too late." Too means very late. In this picture, you can see the rabbit had pink eyes, it had a big watch, it was wearing a blue colored coat. It said, "Oh dear, I'll be very late." She thought there was something very different about this rabbit. It could talk, it wore a red waistcoat, and it carried a watch. Alice wondered, a talking rabbit? A rabbit who wears a waistcoat? Alice was burning with curiosity and she followed the white rabbit. Have you ever seen a rabbit talking? I don't think so. We have always seen rabbits scamper here and there, but we have never seen rabbits talking. So, same thing, Alice also had never heard a rabbit speaking. And rather than that, he wore a red waistcoat and it carried a watch also. So, she thought she was very curious and she thought, This is very surprising. I should follow the rabbit." And she followed the rabbit. The rabbit started running and Alice followed the rabbit. The rabbit suddenly popped down a large rabbit hole. Alice jumped into the rabbit hole too. The rabbit went down and down into the rabbit hole. The rabbit started running and it was running and Alice also followed the rabbit. Then the rabbit jumped. Popped popped means jumped. So jumped into a large rabbit hole and it went down and down and Alice also jumped into the rabbit hole. Alice said aloud, "Where am I? How many miles down have I fallen? I must be getting somewhere near the center of the earth." She wondered, "Will I slip through the earth to the other side?" Here you can see Alice falling down. She was very afraid and she thought that she might be reaching somewhere near the center of the earth and she thought she might slip through the earth to the other side. Thump! Alice landed on a pile of dry leaves. She looked around quickly and suddenly saw the white rabbit again. It disappeared, saying, "Oh, my ears and whiskers! How late it's getting!" Disappeared. Disappeared. Disappeared means vanish or to go out of sight. whiskers, whiskers means long hair on the face of animals. Pile means heap. Thumb means the sound made when Alice landed on the pile of or the heap of dry leaves. She looked here and there for the rabbit and suddenly she saw it again. But it disappeared. It vanished out of sight. And it was saying, "Oh, my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting." Alice stood up and saw a small door about 15 inches high. It was too small for her to go through. Alice stood up and then she saw a small door. It was only 15 inches high and she was too big to go in through the door. She saw a glass table with a golden key on it. She tried the little golden key in the lock, and to her delight, it fitted. Delight, delight means happiness. She looked here and there, then she saw a golden key. The key was kept on a glass table. She took the key and tried to fit into the lock, and to her happiness, it fitted. Alice opened the door and looked into the loveliest garden she had ever seen. How she longed to be among those beds of bright flowers and those cool fountains. Longed, longed means desire strongly. When Alice opened the door, she was very surprised. Why? Because she saw beautiful garden. Beautiful, loveliest means very beautiful, a most beautiful. And she had never seen such beautiful garden in all her life, and she wanted very much to be among those beds of bright flowers and the cool fountains. This is a fountain and water is flowing in this fountain. But she could not even get a head through the doorway. "Oh, how I wish I could become smaller!" she exclaimed loudly. Exclaimed, exclaimed means cried out suddenly. So she could not even go through the she could not even put her head through the doorway, and she was very sad. Then she wished that she could become smaller so that she could go through the door. Alice, wake up. At that time, someone came and called her up. Alice, get up. Alice opened her eyes and realized it was all a dream. When her sister called her name, eyes, and then she realized that it was not a true story, but it was just a dream. Children, hope you have enjoyed this poem and the lovely pictures you saw inside it. Children, now we will learn the describing words from the lesson. Do you know what are describing words? Describing words are those words which describes or qualifies a person, thing or an animal. The first describing word is white. White is describing the word rabbit. What was the color of the rabbit? White. Pink eyes. The color of the eyes were pink. Blue coat. The color of the coat was blue. Red waistcoat. The color of the waistcoat was red. Or The waistcoat was red colored. Big watch. The size of the watch was very big. Loveliest garden. The garden you can see in the picture also, the garden was very beautiful. Alice had never seen such a beautiful garden all her life. So, loveliest is describing the word garden. Bright flowers. Here you can see in the picture there are so many bright colored flowers. Yellow, pink, red, white, and so purple, and so many other colored flowers were there in the garden. Small door. The door was very small, 15 inches. The size of the door was only 15 inches. So that's why Alice could not go inside the garden. Glass table. The table was made of glass. So glass is describing the word table. Golden key. The color of the key was golden. So, golden is describing the word key. Large rabbit hole. How was the rabbit hole? It was very large. Cool fountains. The water in the fountains was very cool. Dry leaves. The leaves were dry. So, dry is describing the word leaves. Now, we will learn the word meaning. First word is scamper. Scamper. Scamper means run fast. The rabbit was scampering. It was running fast. Hurried. Hurried. Hurried means rushed to do everything in a very fast manner. Like in the morning when you come to school, you don't get up early, so you have to do everything in a hurry. Curiosity. Curiosity. Curiosity means desire to know about something or to learn more about something. Followed followed means went after. Alice followed the rabbit. Popped means jumped. The cat popped into the well. Disappear. Disappear means to vanish or to be out of sight. I saw a man on the road, but suddenly he disappeared. Whiskers. Whiskers. Whiskers means long hair on the face of animals. You can see whiskers on the face of a cat or rabbit. Exclaimed. Exclaimed. Exclaimed means cried out suddenly, either in surprise or in pain. Now we will learn the questions and answers. Question number 1. While listening to the story, what did Alice see? Answer. Alice saw a white rabbit scamper by. Question number 2. What was different about the rabbit that Alice saw? Answer. The rabbit that Alice saw had pink eyes and was wearing a blue coat. It could talk also. Question number 3. Where did the rabbit go? Answer. The rabbit went into a large rabbit hole. How did Alice reach Wonderland? Alice reached Wonderland by following the rabbit and jumping into the rabbit hole. Question number 5. What strange things did Alice see? Alice saw a very beautiful garden with beds of bright flowers and cool fountains. Thank you, children. Hope you have learned the questions and answers.